but like you almost forget when Riverwalk was developed, and I think it was finished in 2017. So
I don't remember when, but
I
I don't think it wasn't a thing.
yeah,
Armature Works wasn't a thing. Water
no.
Street wasn't a thing. Wharf wasn't a thing. But I'm happy that all of this exists now. People can come and have those experiences. But even moving to Tampa, I knew it wasn't going to be like South Florida. Living in Boca and experiencing like Miami often, Fort Lauderdale, that culture
Hmm, hmm.
also can't be duplicated. Just like New York, it can't be duplicated. It's specific and it's very
Yeah.
special. But coming to Tampa, it's a lot more rural than I thought it would be. I would admit that. I thought it was more city like. But it's a good
Hmm.
experience. I enjoy Tampa and I'm enjoying seeing all of the growth. Oh my gosh, that's happening to the city. And it's good to be here before so I can kind of see all of the changes as it happens.
Right. And I think too, one thing that I think both Miami and New York don't have that even I've come to appreciate about Tampa over time is like the ability to enjoy nature like in ways that like you just I mean, I've gone hiking in Miami before, but it's like Olita Park, right? You go to Olita Park over by like Sunny Isles, and it's there, but there's not a journey to get there. And I think sometimes with like going on a nature hike or something, it's about really like feeling like you're leaving the city and then getting to that destination. Tampa, like you can go to Hillsborough River State Park
Mhm.
and you won't even feel like you're in Tampa anymore. Like you're just somewhere else. And being able to go kayaking and all of these like nature things and stepping away from the city is like, to me, that is the one personality trait about Tampa that like at any given point, like any day of the week, you can go appreciate. Like if you need a moment to go like decompress, you can go to Flatwoods and sit in this park that's just disconnected from everything else and just go on a hike and see animals. And something you've been doing a lot of in the last like years, like a whole lot of beach and a whole lot of just aquatic experiences. What do you I mean, how have you kind of added that into your lifestyle, I should say. But before we talk about content, the content's not relevant, but how have you added that into your lifestyle?
So when I moved to Tampa, I worked with a nonprofit agency. So that was very gratifying work. And then I moved and I started working with Hillsborough County. That allowed
Hmm.
me to learn about all of the parks because the Parks and Recreation fall under Hillsborough County. The staff maintain
Right.
the park, they work at the park. I used to have to go to the parks. So that allowed me to learn a lot about the place that I live, which I didn't have that experience before. And I don't think I would ever have had that experience if I had not worked for the
Right.
county. So learning about the parks, the lakes, the all of those experiences, and now transitioning to you talked about experiencing the outdoors and nature. Did I think I would be this outdoorsy? No, because I've always loved going to the beach, and I always lived near the beach, in even in South Florida, but
Right.
the way that I beach now is different. Like I'll go to the beach before sunset. I'll go for sunrise. I'll go all day, because Tampa in particular, I think one of our best gems is our salt life, is our ocean. We
Mm.
have some amazing beaches, and I didn't learn that until last year. I would frequent the beach often in Tampa. I would always go to the beach, but I was doing a lot of jet skiing last year. And so I would
Hmm.
take the jet ski. We would go to places that's not accessible through just driving.
Like,
And the
right.
water was Caribbean-esque, and I was impressed. So I beached like every
Yeah.
weekend last year. I hope to do it again. We didn't have red tide last year, thankfully. But for me, it's like
Thankfully.
the outdoors is available to us. All of this natural beauty is available, and I am going to capitalize on that 100%.
Yeah. And first off, you you sparked a memory in my mind of going with y'all last year to the beach and then leaving absolutely charred and face peeling for 2-3 weeks because we literally stayed out there all day. So that just kind of triggered me a little bit. But it's funny because